Hey everyone, Tyson the Subaru specialist from Subaru Prince George here, taking a look at the 2024 Subaru Crosstrek Onyx in the ice silver metallic. Subaru silver has a little bit of blue to it, so it's not that flat white silver that everyone imagines when you say it's a silver vehicle. 24 Crosstrek's got a redesign, new front end, new platform, new interior. Overall, it's been improved quite a bit. So new front end, right off the bat, you can tell it's an Onyx by the yellow fog light surrounds. Yellow is the highlight color in the Onyx, and they are, of course, LED fog lights. We've got that nice little C-cut channel on the front, kind of emulates a fake front vent. We have a more aggressive hexagonal honeycomb shaped grille, black wings coming off into our smaller, more aggressively styled LED steering responsive headlights that also include high beam assist, and that's on all trim levels. This is also the first trim level where you get the 2.5 liter four cylinder. So you get 182 horsepower out of these, which is quite a bit. It's very, very peppy. 8.7 inches minimum ground clearance, more than most half-ton pickups. We get 18-inch black aluminum alloy painted wheels, same wheels as the Limited, just without the machined alloy face. We get functional fender flares with the cladding around the wheel arches that continues along the bottom of the Crosstrek. That's to protect it. The areas that they've put cladding are typically areas that get beat up by rocks and such. Functional vents. We have black painted mirror caps on the Onyx with integrated turn signals. Yeah, you've got that cladding along the bottom. You're less likely to bang up the bottom of your vehicle with the cladding. That side profile, definitely sportier than the previous gen. Not that the previous gen looked bad. This is just definitely more angular. That body line along the bottom that kind of V's out towards the front. Very, very sharp looking. Fuel door is on the rear passenger side. And that is so if you ever run out of fuel, you're filling on the safe side of the highway. You don't have traffic whizzing by you. If it's unlocked, if the driver door is unlocked, this is unlocked. Little pin shoots out and locks in here when the driver door is locked. That's what it looks like there. Unlocked, locked. Super easy to use. New taillight design, which I am a huge fan of if you've watched any of my other videos. This rear three-quarter view is probably my favorite view of the Crosstrek, and that's including the wilderness. Just this rear three-quarter is phenomenal in my opinion. Between the taillights on the Onyx, you get that black metallic painted strip. That is exclusive to the Onyx trim levels. Onyx is also the first trim level where you get the backup sensors integrated into the rear bumper and their body color to match, which is nice. They'll apply the brakes between 1 and 15 kilometers an hour in reverse if it thinks you're going to hit something. Terrifying when it works, but very handy. Essentially, to open it, between these two stars, there's a little rubber switch. You press up on it, it unlocks. Backup camera's right there. There's a lot more room in the rear of the Onyx Crosstrek than people expect. Well, all of the Crosstreks, not just the Onyx. But they've done a deceptively good job of utilizing the space. This is also the first trim level that comes with the privacy cover, hides everything from the top of the seats down. New handle, so this is a much better design than the previous privacy covers, in my opinion. The other ones just had this piece of plastic that you would grab on and grip. This, you can get your hand in it. It's nice. Halogen cargo light, that'll shut off when you close the rear hatch. We've got grocery bag hooks on either side. And you can tie them into the lower hooks and the physical hard mount tie down with a cargo net accessory. So you can use all 3 points. We've got bottle/cup holders in either side for tailgating. Little mountain motif with a Crosstrek. And then up top on the hatch, I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, it's kind of dark. It does say Subaru there. All these nice touches that they've changed on the 24s really add a nice feel to it, a premium feel to the Crosstrek. They're absolutely fantastic. All of the Crosstreks have roof rails, so you can get crossbars for them. You're going to mount things on the roof, kayaks, carriers, skis, whatnot. It's also the first trim level where we get the tilt and slide sunroof in the Onyx. Second row, lots of headroom, lots of legroom. Black headliner in the Onyx. I don't feel that it takes away from the space or makes it feel claustrophobic. That's a personal preference. You'd have to sit in it yourself to determine that, but there's great headroom, great legroom. All of the cloth in the Onyx, it's the light and dark gray comboed with the yellow bolsters. And of course, the camera's not doing the yellow justice. Got that caltrops pattern in the cloth. Easy access to the anchors for child seats as I struggle. But easy access. There is a fold down armrest with integrated cup holders. Map back pocket. We've got 2 USBs, and those will illuminate when the car is on and the headlights are on. Easy to find it, but keeps everyone connected on those longer trips. Textured step. So you're supposed to use that as a step instead of standing on the tire if you're loading something on the roof. Now, that is because this is you're going to get much more of your foot on that than you will on the tire. The tire sits inside the fender, and if you're standing on the tire and go straight up, I'm right at the back of the roof rail here. So I'd be leaning over here. So if you're a little vertically challenged, this is a much safer place to stand. Rear door card, light and dark gray two-tone, soft touch armrest with the yellow contrast stitching. Power window, a little bit of storage along the bottle holder there. Should you need it, child lock. Keep your kids, grandkids, or drunk friends from escaping. It is a proximity key, and so long as the key is on your person within 46 inches of the handle, this never needs to come out of your purse, your pocket, your backpack, unless the battery in this dies. I do have a video covering how to change that. If you want to watch that earlier on my channel. But to lock it, you touch. And then to unlock it, you simply put your hand in the handle. And when I do that, the hazard light here is going to flash. Indicates that it's unlocked. You can disable the hazard flash if you don't like that. Front driver door card looks very similar to that of the rear, except this is soft touch with the contrast. This is still soft touch. We've got our window lock, our 4 power windows. Front 2 windows are auto, rear 2 are just manual control. We've got our power mirror adjustment, a little bit more storage along with the bottle holder. The inside, this is the first trim level to get the power driver seat, including lumbar, and 2024 is the first year where you get the lumbar support. It's phenomenal. We've got light and dark gray with the yellow bolstering for the seats, and they've redesigned the seats for 24. They put a lot of research into them, and they're designed to reduce fatigue over longer driving distances. I just did a 6-hour drive in one of these the other day. Seats are fantastic. Onyx also gets the aluminum grippy or aluminum pedal covers with the rubber grippies. That blue is just the plastic. We just haven't removed that yet. By the driver's left knee. They've eliminated the buttons. You just have the scroll wheel for the brightness of the gauges. And we have the faux carbon fiber continuing throughout the cab, kind of ties it all together. With it being push button start, foot on the brake, light goes green, green means go. Foot's not on the brake, light is not green. We've got our blind spot detection, which are those orange lights on your side mirrors. They'll illuminate orange on the corresponding side when someone's going to be or is in your blind spot. It's a great system. It doesn't eliminate shoulder checking, but visibility in the Crosstrek. And I'm just lining this up with how far I can turn my head. It's excellent in the Crosstrek. That's one thing Subaru does really, really well, even with the smaller crossovers. Steering wheel, yellow contrast stitching. It is heated. It does not heat between the seams up here, just kind of where you're supposed to keep your hands, but it gets absolutely cooking. It gets up to 40 degrees Celsius. It's fantastic. Left-hand side of the steering wheel, we have our Bluetooth and audio controls, accept calls, hang up calls, access Google Assistant or Siri. Our volume toggle is now left to right instead of this toggle up and down. Source switches from AM to FM to satellite to USB, auxiliary, etc. Switch between our presets. This toggle changes our small little center display up here. So right now it says clock and outside temperature, fuel economy, time running versus distance traveled, how long it shut off at intersections, what you're listening to, and back to that. In the Onyx, you do get those exclusive yellow rimmed gauges. Right-hand side, we have our adaptive cruise and our lane centering. So both of these systems use these 3 black boxes here, those color stereo EyeSight cameras. This is the new 3rd wide-angle mono camera that increases the field of vision. They're looking for road lines, pedestrians, cyclists, and other vehicles. And it does things like automatic emergency braking, lane sway assist, lane departure, all that safety stuff. That's right there. That's the lane portion. Sport and intelligent drive modes. Intelligence, what it defaults to. Sport makes you go faster sooner. You can see that yellow line's a little bit more aggressive, a little sharper. We have an 11.6-inch touchscreen that they've broken into really 3 portions. Top portion, we've got what we're listening to, gauges, weather, part of the satellite radio trial, and this is the first trim level where you gain access to dual function X mode. So it's like 4x4 low in a pickup. Have to be going under 20 kilometers an hour to engage it. Snow and dirt mode, and deep snow and mud mode also disables traction control, allows for excess wheel spin. And if you exceed 40 kilometers an hour, it just kicks out and goes back to regular all-wheel drive. Center portion, main portion of the screen, we've got radio, media, and phone, which are fairly self-explanatory. Under apps, we have wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. You will gain access to the My Subaru app after the vehicle is registered in your name. Settings, access to the My Subaru app, car info. You can turn the display off if you're not a fan of it. Got valet mode, auto vehicle hold, and traction control. Now, I can kind of move these around if I'm going to be using something a little bit more, or I don't like the layout. It's easy to change. Bottom portion, we have our home button. Looks like an envelope that's open or a Monopoly house. You can disable the start, stop. You can go into settings, vehicle control, driving assistance, more settings, set driver profiles, add additional phones. You can hook up to 5 total devices to the Crosstrek. Only one can actually be connected at once, but you can have 5 saved in the system. Climate controls, we still have physical buttons on either side. It is dual zone climate control, and it goes up or down in 0.5 degree increments. Or I simply click, brings up the climate control screen. I can click, I can drag, I can sync it back to driver controlled, control where I want my airflow, if I want AC on, max AC, recirc. And if I don't touch that for a while, it just disappears. So I don't need to actually go and press the little red X up top. Takes a little bit. So it's not hands-free, but you don't have to close it. You don't have to target it on that little red X. Down here, we've got fan strength buttons, really nice big buttons. Now we have the option to have it just focus the front, or you can have it focus the entire cab with the climate. Below that, we've got USBs, A and C, along with an aux, 10-watt wireless charger, and if you don't want it charging, simply press that. Really easy to use. Automatic CVT transmission. We do have a manual mode, and that's where we would use the paddles, upshift and downshift, to manually select our own gears if we want. But I do really like this shifter boot. It's a nice synthetic look and feel, and the yellow contrast stitching ties it all together. Piano black with an electric park brake. Offset park or cup holders with drink raisers in them. So if you have taller drinks, you can take this out and your cup's going to sit in there better. 12-volt outlet. Heated seats. They stuck with the physical heated seat switches for the Crosstrek, which I'm personally a fan of. I understand some people like it integrated into the screen like they have on the Outback, the Legacy, and the Ascent. I really like the physical switches myself. Something about the tactile click. It feels nice. Armrest, soft touch. It's quite deep as well. Like, there's a lot of storage in there. There's no power point in there, but there's a place to run cords out of if you have something in there you need to hide or want to run a power bank out of there. A little bit of storage. Up top, we have SOS and roadside. That's part of the 3-year trial to the connected services you get with most new Subarus. We've got our sunroof, tilt and slide. We've got our map lights, halogens, card holder / sunglass holder right here. Vanity mirror with light. And an extender. So if the sun's directly at your left or right, you can make it so it's not on you. Now, we do also have handles for all 4 doors, which is nice. You don't see that a whole bunch in vehicles, but it is nice. And then, yeah, tilt and slide sunroof with manual shade if you want. But you can't open this glass and close this, which is nice. So you can't forget that your sunroof is open, which would be catastrophic on a night like last night with all the snow that we got. So that is a quick look at the 2024 Subaru Crosstrek Onyx in the ice silver metallic. Happens to be my favorite color in the Subaru lineup, not just on the Crosstrek. I really do like the bluey silver. See the headlights there, the LED fog lights. I think the Onyx is probably one of the best Crosstrek trims in terms of value. The 2.5 liter, the power seat, and the sunroof, in addition to the reverse automatic braking, I think really set it apart from some of the others. But it all depends what you're looking for in the vehicle. That little bit of extra power is quite nice in the Crosstreks over the 2 liter that you find in the Touring and the Convenience. Thanks for watching my quick walkthrough of the 2024 Subaru Crosstrek Onyx here in the ice silver metallic. I'm Tyson, the Subaru specialist from Subaru Prince George. If you guys have any questions about the vehicle behind me, any of the tech in it, any of the vehicles in our lineup, or any of the tech in the lineup, please put it in the comments below. I'm always looking to answer you guys' questions. Again, I'm Tyson, the Subaru specialist from Subaru Prince George. Thanks for watching. We'll talk soon.